This is 48 hours in the Lake District. First stop, Bowness, and this where we're parked up here is called Glebe Road. You can park here overnight, and then from 9 AM you only get 2 hours, so you get basically up until 11 and then you have to move on to the next spot. We're going to head off for a nice cooked breakfast. No matter what you do when you come to Bowness, you got to stop and admire the boats. Well, it's cold today, isn't it? Ooh.
Freezing.
Bring your woolly hat and your gloves. It's icy.
Bowness is probably the most visited place in the Lake District, as it sits right on Lake Windermere, which is the largest lake in England. So it can get quite busy and full of tourists, but you definitely have to come and see it.
For those little boats, you can actually hire while you're here and go out on the lake. They have petrol boats and they have electric boats as well. Well, that's the first time I've seen like a little coffee shop that had the Palestinian flag up and the European flag. Brilliant.
You can also hop on one of the lake cruises which will take you down to different parts of the lake, including Ambleside and the lake's aquarium.
We're actually in a bit of a rush because we decided to have a lie-in this morning, and now we've only got an hour to get here, get some breakfast and get gone before we get a parking ticket.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Fingers crossed.
One thing about when you're walking through Bowness as well, through the little town, it's all uphill.
Literally. Here we are at Mondo. Let's go and grab a breakfast. When you're here, you notice that the prices for breakfast are amazing.
And they do the best cappuccinos in the Lake District.
Hands down. So that was Mondo. Absolutely lovely breakfast, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that's one of our regulars really when we're in the Lake District. We've been like probably over 10 times now, we've never had a bad meal, so we can 100% recommend that place to you.
Let us know if you have been there before, drop it in the comment. The thing, if you're a black pudding eater, you're vile.
She likes a hand being held. So after spending the morning in Bowness, either hiring a boat, eating breakfast, checking out all the Beatrix Potter stuff, you can then spend the afternoon in Ambleside. All the park-ups that we are staying at will be in the description below, and we'll leave alternative park-ups, free and paid ones, in the description as well, so make sure to check that out.
A lot of people worry about the Lake District and think that parking up and finding park-ups is hard, and it's not. Finding park-ups in the Lake District is actually quite easy. It's just that quite a few people that do come to the Lake District don't respect it, so they'll have like the music booming and they'll throw the rubbish everywhere, and then that's why the locals get wound up. Whereas if you find a park up and then go off and explore, 9 times out of 10 you don't see any issues. And there's some cracking park-ups, like some really, really good park-ups in the Lake District. And like you say, as long as you respect them, people are not going to have any issues.
And if you have got a bit of spare cash, this is the most grand hotel in the Lake District. It's absolutely unbelievable. So
this is our spot for the night. We're parked right here, and the river is literally right there. So if you did want to go for a dip, you could go for a dip. What's great about this spot, there's a bay over there, right next to the road. And it's like quite a curved area, and you can fit probably about 8 or 9 campervans there. There's a bay here that we're in, you can only get 1 campervan, and then there's another bay next to that where you can get another smaller campervan as well. But it's a cracking spot, especially this time of the year where there's not so many midges.
Before we head into Ambleside, let's introduce you to today's sponsor, Super Sparrow.
Just want to say a massive thank you to Super Sparrow for sending us out these bottles and keeping us hydrated on the go.
These eco-friendly bottles have a double-walled vacuum installation, so your drinks will stay cold for up to 24 hours or hot for up to 12. They're BPA and toxin-free, resist dents, cracks, stains, and never absorb any odours. The straw feature is our personal favourite. You can open up with a one-handed push of a button, and the bottles are are 100% leak and spill proof, so the perfect bottle to throw in your backpack for a day of adventuring. We love all the different designs and colours and think you will too. Enjoy your Super Sparrow bottle for yourself with our discount code on the screen now.
One thing I do like about this spot is you've got this massive bit of river here, so you can go on like paddleboards or kayaks in there, but it's really, really good for trout fishing. So just behind me here, just up this bit of a mountain there, don't know if you can see it there. Up there is Todd Crag and Rayrigg Fell. So if you're thinking about going on a hike, you can head straight up there from this car park.
When you get over the bridge and up to the crossroad, you'll see a little opening just next to the two little houses. So this is where you climb up to get to Todd Crag and Rayrigg Fell, what Jordan's just been on about. So the walk into Ambleside is only about 20 minutes, but you'll get your steps in.
Now there's a place here where you can park up for the night, which is an aire. If you follow it down here and into the back, there's like a place where you can park like motorhomes and campervans, and you can pay for the night. It's down as it's classed as an aire, however it's not an aire because it's ridiculously overpriced. So if you want to stop here, then you can, if you're not too bothered about spending the money. However, we prefer to spend the money in the local village where you can get like all your cafes and your restaurants, which are the small businesses that are really struggling, where these companies are just huge pop-up companies and they just want to basically charge you over the odds just for parking a campervan in a car park. So here is where you can play mini golf. You have like a little mini golf field here, and usually the hut that's over there is open and you can hire all like your golf clubs and little things.
This is the 17th century bridge house, previously owned by the Braithwaite family, and it is probably one of the most photographed houses or buildings in the Lake District. Another reason we've come to Ambleside, and not many people actually know about it, is the waterfall that's kind of hidden away, so let's go to that.
What's crazy is this is hidden at the back of Ambleside, and a lot of people see the sign for waterfalls and then just don't bother going up. But this is a 70-foot waterfall at the back of Ambleside that people have probably never heard of. What a cracker. Oh, it just looks, I just want to get in, I just want to cool down on that hot. But that is definitely worth the hike, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Not gonna lie though, I'm bollocksed. I'm knackered. It's getting back into it, it's hard, isn't it?
It is.
It is hard getting back into it when you've just been sat on the beach, enjoying the sun. Oh, should we head back to the van for a nice cuppa?
Yeah.
Come on. Now what a spot this is to enjoy a nice warm coffee. God, that's good. Are you a slurper, or are you one of them like weirdos that like does a silent drink? It's like looks around and it's just like, gotta make a noise when you're having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Just shows that you're enjoying it then, doesn't it?
Good morning guys, so we've drove to a car park today near Rydal. I will leave the walkthrough words just down here on the screen. This is the only one free car park that we know about anyway. to get to Rydal Caves, which we will show you, and that's where we're heading now. And we've got another really cool place to show you. We've stayed here previously a few times and we've never been stopped or anyone's come up saying that we're doing anything wrong, so there's no signs. So if you want to come and stay at this car park overnight, then I think you can. Now, we've never actually walked to Rydal Cave from this car park, but I believe it's about a 25-minute walk, so let's head out and take you with us.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. It's looking sexy there, isn't she?
I know.
Not you, get out the road, the van. This is actually the spot where me and Annalise decided to sit and have a picnic. And then I was flying the drone and crashed the drone into a tree.
I remember that.
And then the drone started to drop towards the river. And somehow, I don't know what come over me, but I literally pressed up on the joystick on the GoPro, on the DJI. And next thing, it just like hovered just above the water. I was like, oh my God. Like cottages like that, or like little stone buildings. It's crazy because I think they should allow people to have planning permission on them, so that they could put like a roof on them and make them even into like a little cottage or a little house.
Yeah.
Because it's not nice, like obviously you walk around the countryside and you just see all these little quirky buildings just fall into pieces, and they don't allow you to rebuild or repurpose them pretty much, which is a real pain, because then they let like a new build to be built, but they won't allow something like that to be repurposed.
Right, this is what happens every single time I go to take a picture of Jordan. What?
Don't see what's up with that. Well, that is the first time I've ever seen a tree as a waterfall. That's crazy.
So this cave is actually man-made, and it dates back to around 200 years ago when they used it for slate quarrying. So all around the Lake District, on the local buildings, you'll see the slate reefs, and most of it came from here. If you fancy a little bit more of a walk, just above the caves, if you take this path up, it leads to Rayrigg Fell, and if you carry on round to Tog Crag, so that ticks off 2 of your Wainwrights. Rydal Caves was actually featured as well on the Netflix series The Witcher.
I don't know if you can see me properly, but this cave is absolutely massive, and you can actually swim in here. People actually swim in here during the summer. Are we in?
And now to another waterfall, but this one has a twist.
This waterfall is actually quite cool because we only found out about it just before we was heading off to go to Spain. So there is actually other caves on this route, but you have to climb up to get into it. It's still cool though, it's still massive. And it's just here. Look at the size of that. You have to climb up a ledge to get in. But then when you're in, it goes right back. Now for the waterfalls.
So the waterfall is located in Rydal Mount and Gardens, it's called on YouTube, on Google Maps. And it's about a 15-minute walk away from Rydal Caves, so it's a really nice circular walk.
Rydal Gardens may not be the one for you because they have some of the biggest spiders ever here, like massive. Especially the one that's in this tree. I don't know if you can see it, but it's quite big and very venomous. You hear the waterfall and it sounds like it's bellowing. Is it bellowing out? Is it really? Oh mate, look at that, that's stunning. Whoa. Oh my god, that is magical, isn't it?
How amazing is that?
That is insane.
So this grot was built in 1668 by a man called Sir David Fleming, and it was designed just so people could come and enjoy the waterfall. William Wordsworth actually wrote about it in one of his poems as well, called An Evening Walk.
So that was the grot. What a great idea to put like a little shelter with a viewpoint overlooking a waterfall. Cracking idea.
We're going to make our way back to the van now, find a park up for the night and probably just chill out for the evening.
Even the sun has decided to just poke its head out on our walk back.